Thank you, Rod. You pretty much gave all of my talking points, which is great, but as you should. So yeah, the Vista Ridge project really originated within the city of San Antonio as they looked to diversify their water supply portfolio. The city had taken for the last 20 years really a national and international lead in water conservation and making sure that their per capita use had been reduced, so that extended their water supply, but they reached the point where they realized if they were going to continue to grow, they would have to go and look at new water supplies. So this project was part of a portfolio that included wastewater reuse, aquifer storage and recovery, brackish desalination, and then importing new fresh groundwater supplies. The city took a unique approach in soliciting this project. They wrote an RFP that basically said, we're going to buy this much water at this point in our delivery system, and we'll accept proposals. The city did virtually no de-risking of the project by identifying the right water sources. They didn't look at any right-of-way. They didn't do any engineering. They said all of that's on the private sector, and you guys take the risk, secure the supply, get the permits, secure the right-of-way, and tell me what you'll charge for the water to be delivered. It was a really fresh approach to, again, giving to the private sector those risks in project development that they were really not willing to take. In summary, the project's 50,000 acre-feet a year, delivered to San Antonio. The Vista Ridge well field is about 143 miles away. There's 18 production wells, some pump stations, and a very long, large diameter pipeline. The private sector's role, again, is completely turnkey. Design, build, finance, own, and operate that for 30 years. And then at the end of that, they're going to transfer title of this project to the city. So the city is going to be the long-term owner and operator of this asset. What they were really looking for the private sector to do was really develop the project and assume a lot of that development risk. Total investment, just over $900 million, which is a large project in the water space. Again, a custom risk allocation with regard to the regulatory and development costs. And what the project showed to the market is that the private sector, there's a lot of capital in the private space looking to get invested into safe, low return type of projects. And the water space is very, very safe from a private standpoint. And what this project demonstrated is that the private sector is able not only to assume the development and execution of a large-scale project like this, but be able to price the risks that they would assume in a way that is still marketable for the sale of the project. So with that, we'll save the rest for discussion and questions. Thank you.